Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It seems as though Meghan and Harry are not content. Now she claims that she had a miscarriage. She held on to the information for 5 months. And then she decided to write a letter that she was not asked for and send it to the New York Times. A lot of people are accusing her of making a PR move and using this unfortunate event as a PR stunt, along with the whole Christmas shopping debacle. You have to understand that when you have the magnitude of wealth like Meghan and Harry have access to, you would not personally go out shopping for your own Christmas tree, especially if you are busy with much more important things. Now, maybe you would do it, it would be a novelty, but we know Meghan and Harry are hard at work trying to repair their fractured, damaged, dislikable public persona. So why would they be shopping for a Christmas tree? Where does the time come in between all of the other important publicity plans that they have to commit so much time and energy to? Where does it all come from? Anyway, Harry is suing the Mail on Sunday. He's joining his wife. I think that he has decided to launch this new attack as a PR move because his popularity is in the toilet along with his wife's. And we know that everything they do is simply for attention. And I think they feel frustrated that they're simply just not getting enough attention. I question why they're constantly worried about what's going on in the UK and what we are doing in the UK or saying about them in the UK. Is it because what we feel about them over here in the UK is blocking their entry back through the door? They want to desperately come back. That's personally what I believe. And they feel as though the media is to blame for them not being able to repair their broken image, nurse their wounds, and come running back to the UK with their tails between their legs. So they're suing them, of course, and I would like to know where all this money is coming from for all of these court cases, because they still have not fulfilled anything regarding their Netflix contracts, so they still haven't received a payment. This is my personal opinion. I do not believe that they have received a payment. This article is by Sky News and it is titled Prince Harry to sue Mail on Sunday publisher over libelous news article. He joins his wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in taking action against the publishers of the paper. Prince Harry is suing the publisher of the Mail on Sunday over a story claiming he has fallen out of touch with the Royal Marines. Law firm Shillings, which represents the Duke of Sussex and his wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, filed the action against Associated Newspapers Limited at the end of November. So this was done around the time that Megxi decided to give us a full-blown look into her private life that she desperately, allegedly wanted to be so private. They also decided to take another case out against the Mail on Sunday. They really do know how to pour money down the toilet, this pair. So the article carries on. It is understood that the suit relates to a story published in October, which is said to have claimed the prince had not been in contact with the Marines since he stepped back from being a working royal in March, which could have had some validity to it. I remember covering that story because it sounded just like something that Harry would do. The article continues on. Papers outlining the case are expected to become public in the next few weeks. The Duchess of Sussex already has an ongoing legal action against ANL, which also publishes the Daily Mail and the Mail Online. This suit is related to an article that appeared in the Mail on Sunday, which reproduces parts of a handwritten letter sent by Meghan to her father Thomas Markle in August 2018. The Duchess is seeking damages for alleged misuse of private information, copyright infringement, and breach of the Data Protection Act. In October of this year, the trial for this case was postponed from January 2021 until the autumn for a confidential reason. And we know what that confidential reason is. They have to get their ish together. They probably have a lot of dirt and lies that will trip them up if they go ahead so soon with the trial. They also more than likely, this is quite hilarious, they also more than likely are afraid of things not working out the way they've planned in the United States and desperately want to repair their image so that they don't get completely stripped by the Queen and the rest of the senior members of the royal family in March over all of their actions. They don't want to lose their titles. They need those titles because it's not going very well for them out in the United States of America. But we could have told them that before they jumped on a plane and left. I could have told them that for free. But here we have it. So of course they would postpone the trial. But now Harry has launched a new case under the guise of being hard done by, under the guise of victimhood, this victim narrative that him and Megxie like to run on us. They have taken yet more public money to launch another legal case. So the article continues here. Harry also has ongoing legal action. Although these are against different publishers, he is suing News Group newspapers, owners of The Sun and the defunct News of the World, as well as Mirror Group newspapers, publisher of the Daily and Sunday Mirror, over claims of historical phone hacking. When he stepped away from life as a senior royal, the Duke of Sussex also relinquished his honorary military titles. These included his roles as Captain General of the Royal Marines, Honorary Air Force Commandant of the Royal Air Force Base Honington, and Honorary Commodore-in-Chief of the Royal Naval Command Small Ships and Diving. The Duke spent a decade serving in the armed forces and took part in 2 frontline tours of Afghanistan. Harry last month said he had been born into a life of duty and that while in the military he had committed to a life of service, which he clearly has not fully committed to because he simply doesn't want to do it. The Mail on Sunday declined to comment on the new case. And of course they wouldn't comment because they do not want to add more fuel to the flames. It is already a very sensitive touch and go situation with the Megxie and the Harry. They're never happy. They're not finding true happiness or joy in America because if they was, they simply wouldn't be looking back. They wouldn't be worried about what the newspapers are publishing about them over here in the United Kingdom. They would have moved on to their new fanciful, great, fantastic lives that they went to seek. Oh, and should I add their private lives that they went out there to seek, which it seems that they've had none of. They've done nothing but be in the media eye since they got to the United States of America. And it's quite strange and it doesn't really add up, but they spent a lot of time filming themselves, putting their face out there on social media, putting their face out there for the media to analyze them, for the newspapers to have something to talk about. If they simply just refused to engage in a public life, which is what we was promised that we would, the public, be left alone. We was promised that we would no longer be harassed by them. I actually feel quite harassed by the Megxie and the Harry because they're constantly popping up in the papers everywhere they shouldn't be. All of these lawsuits and these legal actions and these statements and the moaning and the whining about how they've been treated, this victimhood narrative, and them being spotted out in the United States, in California, shopping for a Christmas tree. I just don't want to see it. But when I see it, I guess I have to cover it. I have to talk about it. What can I really do? I know that you have been harassed by them yourselves. They're always up there on our timelines, constantly doing something every single day. They just can't stop. They won't leave us alone. Anyway, guys, I'll be back with another video. Bye.